Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the Updike Family Homestead. Kira here with you. Today's a little bit different. Today we're going to actually be talking about some herbal medicine, specifically dandelion salve. So stay tuned.
Hey y'all, we are the Updike family located in the mountains of Tennessee. We're excited to share our homesteading journey with all of you. From the farm to the table, we'll share the ins and outs, the ups and downs, from recipes and how-tos to our adventures of running a homestead. So come on in and join us. From our home to yours, welcome to the Updike Family Homestead.
All right, so I know that I shared like a while back a video about cooking like dandelions in the kitchen, and I used the greens from a dandelion. Now most of us would see this as a weed. Some of us spray them. Don't spray them because there's so many powerful and wonderful uses. But for the sake of today's video, we're only going to be focusing on the dandelion flower itself and creating this dandelion salve. Now, for the purpose of dandelion salve, it's a detoxifier, it is an antioxidant, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's great for skin, so it's great for eczema, rashes, acne, if you struggle with that. It has so many wonderful benefits just in that one flower. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go out to your yard and you're going to take a shovel and you're going to dig up the entire dandelion plant. Now, if you're only going to be using the flower for this purpose, you can just pop the flower off. It's not a big deal. But the entire weed, the entire plant, the entire herb is actually edible. You can use the roots to make coffee. You can dry them and ground them. The leaves you can dry and kind of grind up to make a tea, a dandelion tea that helps with stomach issues. Again, anti-inflammatory. It's a digestive aid. All of those wonderful benefits. And I'm going to post in the link below or in the description box below like a printout of all of the different uses and then the recipe that I'm using today. So about 6 weeks ago, I went out and dug up, I used my shovel, I dug up the entire thing from the root all the way to the top. We ate the greens already, and I can actually use these and we can eat these if I wanted to. But I took the flowers and I dried them, and then I placed them in, I actually ended up with like 2 jars here. I placed them in a jar, and this has almond oil, almond oil, olive oil. I think that was all that I put in these. And so this is what's called cold infusion. You can do a hot infusion, which means you would take the dry dandelions and you would place them into a pot of some kind with all of the oils and kind of cook them, and you can use it right away. But the best way is the cold infusion, because you're going to make sure that you pull all of those amazing properties that are in the dandelion flower into this jar of the infused oil. So let's go ahead and get started. To do the salve, a few supplies that you're going to need. You're going to need a scale. I have a mesh strainer and a bowl. I'm going to use this to strain out all of the dandelion plants that are in here, the dandelion flowers. You can kind of see how like the petals have kind of come off. That's okay, that's what I want to see. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to catch the infused oil down here in the bottom. You're also going to need some beeswax. Now, I have some very dear friends, John and Jennifer Goodwin. They actually have bees. What is it called? Upper Cumberland Apiary. So go check them out because they're awesome. But she brought me some beeswax from their bees. So this is local to my area. And then you're also going to need some type of container. Now, I sell the salve. I keep some for us, and then I sell the extras that I have. These are 4-ounce containers. You can use 2 ounce, you can use like the little round silver tins. If all you have is a mason jar like this, you could put it into a mason jar. And then 2 essential oils that I'm going to add. I'm going to try to say this right. I actually practiced forever because there's so many controversies on how to pronounce this one. Some people call it copaiba, and then some people call it copaiba. So this is great for pain relief. It's an anti-inflammatory. You can compare it with CBD oil. So this is awesome because basically we use the dandelion salve. James uses it for his eczema and rashes on his hands, feet. I use it as an anti-inflammatory, just to kind of help with some of the pain in the bones. It's a whole lot better for you than a prescription pain medicine because it's all natural and it's natural medicine, herbal medicine. I don't know, I'm big into that. So copaiba or copaiba. I'm gonna add that in, and then I'm also gonna add in some tea tree because the tea tree is also great for helping with rashes, eczema. I can use both of them because then it's, you know, taking care of 2 things in one, plus all those benefits in that dandelion flower. So let's go ahead and get started. You're gonna want 3.5 ounces of that infused oil. I'm gonna try to change the camera, kind of focusing it on that. There we go. So basically with our scale, I hope you can see that. Okay, so with our scale, we're gonna turn it on. I'm gonna change the unit to ounces. And then I'm gonna place the bowl with the mesh strainer on top. Okay, I'm gonna hit that, well, hang on. I'm gonna hit that on button again. That kind of zeroes it out. And now we're gonna strain our oil. So for every 3.5 ounces of dandelion infused oil, you're gonna want 1/2 ounce of beeswax. So I've got quite a bit here. And like I said, this has been steeping, infusing for about 6 weeks. All right, so I have 27 ounces of infused oil, which means I need 8 ounces of beeswax. So I'm gonna zero that out again. And then let's turn it on. I need 8 ounces of beeswax. So I'm gonna set my bowl on, zero it out so that it doesn't pick up that. That's 4 or 1/2 ounce. One ounce. Okay, I'm at 3.5 ounces. Let me grab some more beeswax. Okay, so while we're measuring out the beeswax, I need to go ahead. I have a double boiler right here. There's water in the bottom, and then the top is going to melt the beeswax. So I'm going to turn that heat on so that the water can start heating up in order to melt the beeswax. All right, so we've got 8 ounces of that. So now we're going to melt the beeswax first in the top of that broiler. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. And that is gonna take just a little bit because I've got blocks of beeswax, which is, you know, it's okay. All right, so all of our beeswax has melted. And now at this point, you do want to go ahead and turn that heat off. Pour in the infused oil. Be very, very careful. Turn the heat back on just to kind of heat the oil up a little bit. And you can go ahead and add in your essential oils. So like I said, I'm adding in the tea tree and the copaiba. And because I'm making such a big batch of this, I'm going to add in probably about 20 drops of each. All right, once everything is well blended, we are going to turn the heat off. I'm going to actually move it off completely from the burner, and then I'm gonna start filling up our jars. So now that I've poured all of the liquid, the salve, into my jars, and these are 4-ounce jars, and I filled them to the brim. They are completely full. You're gonna let it set up. Now, setting up means it's gonna harden into a balm or salve type of feel. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but like it'll go on really smooth. It's a little thicker than lotion because it's a healing medicine. And so I will clean these up. I will put labels on them. And like I said, usually I keep a handful for my family because dandelions only come, you know, during a couple of seasons a year. Pretty much, you know, spring and summer. And so I try to gather as many as I can to make it last through the year. But if you're interested in trying this and you don't want to buy everything to make it yourself, you're more than welcome to visit our website because I will have it posted on there. www.updikefamilyhomestead.com. And these sell for $6.99 a jar. And it lasts you a pretty good while. I mean, depending on how often you use it. And it looks like I will have, let's see, 9, probably 8 or 9 jars for sale. So there you have it. That's our dandelion salve. This is what it will look like. You can see I made a little bit of a mess, but this is what it will look like when it's all dry. You can put it on your knees, put it on the soles of your feet, put it on your temples, or, you know, on acne. If you have really bad acne, this will help clear it up. So anyway, that's just one of the ways that you can use the dandelion flower itself. Remember, that's all that I used for this particular recipe or this particular product. If you have any questions, please feel free, post it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye.